The origin story of the Great Depression is born out of that age-old stoner thought. What even is money, man? The story of money is a long and winding tale. But in 1929, it really went kaboom when the stock market crashed and a whole lot of folks went running to the bank to pull all of their money out into a tangible stack of paper notes. When the promissory notes could not be handed back to the owner, people lost entire fortunes, and at the least, almost everything. Meanwhile, in the Great Plains, a mix of land regulations, drought, and overplowed land led to a disaster of epic proportion. When 1930s hit, so did the dust storms, and let me tell you, they hit hard, piling sand dunes up and over the second stories of homes and covering useless farming equipment. From Nebraska all the way down to Texas, humans and livestock died, and who and whatever was left got the hell out of there, absolutely demolished by the Great Depression versus Dust Bowl head-to-head. The Great Depression, especially when paired with the Dust Bowl, is incredibly significant, not just how it relates to so much of what we are experiencing now as an economic impact of the COVID pandemic, but historically. In the history of the industrialized world, there has never been a worse economic downturn. I cannot even imagine the panic and desperation that exploded on that October day in 1929, and the savings and careful investing of immigrants who risked everything to come to America to create a future for their families. It was gone in an instant. People who simply could not withstand the Dust Bowl loaded their families up, pioneers once more, and set out to find more hospitable land outside of the Great Plains. Caravans of wagons and livestock slugged westward in search of hope itself. The pandemonium, fear, and just about every other feeling you can imagine was captured by Dorothea Lange and Walker Evans. Through the Great Depression, as well as inside the storms of the Dust Bowl, Lange and Evans were there, capturing unforgettable images that invite the viewer to step into a moment in history, to imagine themselves as the helpless mother of several young, starving children, to feel the defeat you see in the eyes of a young man who has a young family to feed and is searching for work. He's searching for anything. I believe that by taking in the imagery by artists and photographers of the time, we can find ourselves at the core of this extremely significant moment and hopefully learn from it. How can we protect ourselves from this level of devastation now that we know what can happen?